What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Thank you for coming back to another episode on the channel. So I did a drifting episode. Come on, let me play. Thank you. A couple days ago now. My progress in 7 days, and you guys seem to really enjoy it. So I'm going to stop the intro there. I kept stuttering. Basically, I want to see how long it takes me to get completely down the mountain. I've only drifted on Seto Corsa, so I want to see how well that will translate into Forza Horizon 5. If it does take me longer than 5 hours, if you guys want, you can put a forfeit in the comments, and let's get into this. Boy, oh boy, how I was optimistic when I recorded this intro. I have now been working on this video for about 4 days, and that is why this video is late as hell too, so I'm sorry about that. Anyway, let's get into this. So first thing I have noticed between Assetto Corsa and Forza is on Forza the car really wants to grip up. It doesn't like to slide out, it seems. On Assetto Corsa, the vehicle feels a lot more floaty and a lot more willing to drift for you. If you guys do see my mouth moving and stuff inside my webcam, I actually cut out all the audio. It was not very good. It was just me yelling a bunch. Another big issue I was having is there was really not much force feedback in the wheel compared to Assetto Corsa, since I use 100% of Assetto Corsa, and it was messing me up pretty bad. So I finally looked up how to set up my wheel correctly for Forza Horizon 5, which helped a ton. So yeah, if you're having issues like I was, since I'm still new to drifting, make sure your wheel is set up correctly. But don't get me wrong, just setting up your wheel is not going to make you a king drifter. Because I still sucked. Now the final issue I was having before we could really get into drifting was the car. I went ahead and switched to the BMW. I used a tune that called Beginner Drifter, and between everything else, that was the biggest change. I don't know why, the Viper's not a good starter drift car. But now that we're all set up, let's go ahead and skip a little bit into the day to our first time trying to go down the mountain. Now, I really thought it was going to be super easy to get our first run down the mountain and it be completely clean and everything like that. Because I actually had another thing planned for this video that you guys will find out later. But oh boy, was I wrong. The amount of times I spun out in the next 4 or 5 hours is horrible. It got to the point that I was contemplating if I did the right thing, starting to drift on a Assetto Corsa instead of an more arcade game like Forza Horizon. About 3 or 4 hours into the first day, we actually got this run, and it's the first we got. I wish we completed it. Would have helped my morale a lot. Final run of the day, I was very pissed off, and I did not get any other good run after the last one, so I decided to grab my controller to make sure that I am actually, know how to drift at least some sort, because I was starting to get very pissed off. Day 2, I went into the town to try and shore up my ability to turn a little bit more or transition a little bit more, which helped a lot. I think I'll come back to the town because I actually really enjoy drifting here, even though I messed up a few times. One last thing I want to mention about Forza Horizon 5 versus Assetto Corsa. I've noticed that Forza Horizon 5 is a lot more forgiving than Assetto Corsa. Like, if you start to spin out, you can really easily bring it back around very easily. On Assetto Corsa, if you start to spin, you're going to spin. You can't really power your way out of it, or at least I can't yet. Now, once I get better at drifting, hopefully that will change. if it does change. After my shenanigans inside the city, I did go ahead and go back to our mountaintop. Our stint in the city seemed to help a lot with our control on this drift. Like, it helped us so much. I don't know why. I think I was just having a hard time holding transitions beforehand, and now it is much easier. The smoke you are seeing in the webcam as well is from a incense. Don't get any weird ideas. But this was our first full clean run down the whole mountain on wheel. I was actually super happy about this. But it was time for us to start our next challenge right after that. Now this challenge I had planned, if it took me 5 hours or 2 days, I wanted to break one of my controller records, and it is going to be on this mountain. I have 932,000 points on controller, and I want to break 1 million on wheel to know that I can drift better with wheel than I could with controller. Now this is where the true pain started for me. At this point, I'm only about 7 hours into this video, and if I was going to end it right there, I would have expanded these clips a little bit longer, but we have a lot left. That's why they're kind of shortened up a little bit, and I will find a better way to do this, I promise you guys, so just please bear with me. I know it's still jumping around a lot. I'm trying to expand the clips a little bit more and everything like that, so just bear with me. I'm still trying to find the correct ratio. I was going at this drift area with all sorts of different cars, and I was going out at it with everything I had, trying to get this million points. The 370 Drift Edition, this thing felt so weird. I only did one run with it. Wasn't even a full run because I spun out. Now it's time for a big wing Supra, of course. Gotta have one of those in a video. Now, I was not making it down the mountain with that last tune, so I switched it up. I thought, hey, you know, I heard a lot of people going all-wheel drive is the best way to get points. So I went all-wheel drive for at least a little bit. It was horrible, and I do not recommend it. Nothing was working, and it was like 3 in the morning at this point. 2 or 3 in the morning. I was exhausted, I was tired, so I went back to old reliable to try and start getting some consistent drifts down the mountain. And yes, I was starting to get very angry. After this mess up, I thought it was probably not a good idea to keep going for the night or I might break something, so I shut everything down until the next day. I switched to the Hoonigan Twerk Stallion. I think that's what it's called. This is a really nice car to drive. If you guys do buy it from the auction house, please be careful, because if it's fully leveled or the 90s RX-7 is fully leveled, you cannot get this car from that RX-7. You have to get a new one. So you might get scammed, so just be careful. Our first time breaking 800k drift points on the wheel. About 10 runs later, we actually got this run, which we broke 900k points. Oh yeah, also the reason why I'm not showing a whole lot is because this is basically what I've been doing for hours on hours. It's just sitting here trying to get as many points as possible. And I know watching me do this for 30 minutes would get extremely repetitive. But for the final hurrah of this video, I decided to go back to the Viper, the vehicle that we kind of started on a little bit, and I was having a really hard time controlling it. And this car can hold so much angle compared to the other cars I was driving. It's insane. We actually almost broke our personal best on our second run with the Viper. But not even 2 runs later, we got this run, and I'm going to let you guys enjoy this. I'm going to sign out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If there's anything you guys want me to see me do different in the next videos, leave it in the comments, and I hope you guys liked it. So like, subscribe, and peace. Yes!